Welcome back to our digital classroom. Right now, I am operating in a very real high pressure window. I have set a goal to have my first book manuscript to my very first choice publisher by the end of this week. Which brings us to the topic of this week's lesson. If you have been following my lessons from the beginning, you might remember that in our very first masterclass together back in July, we established the 3 sovereign rules of transitions. But how do we actually live out those 3 rules when an impending high-stakes milestone threatens to throw our entire life into chaos? I know one thing, we don't postpone peace. So today, I'm pulling back the curtain on my own journey once again to show you the exact lifestyle terms and tactical tools you need to operationalize those 3 rules so that you can navigate heavy deadline surges without losing your mind and going cray-cray. So come with me to the board. Our first tactical tool is micro goal mapping, which executes rule number 1, honor the ground but release the contract. When a high stakes deadline looms, your brain naturally panics over what I call the giant goal, defined as the overwhelming big picture destination. It locks your nervous system into high alert survival mode. At least it does for me. To release that contract, you have to break down that massive mountain into smaller, manageable, obtainable action steps. I call those your micro goals. Next, let's apply this to my current situation. My giant goal is getting my complete book manuscript submitted to my first choice publisher by the end of this week. If I stare only at that massive mountain, I freeze. So I practice micro goal mapping. I break that giant goal down into manageable, bite-sized daily steps, which for me means 2 uninterrupted hours of manuscript work time each day. And here is a shot of me doing exactly that. To protect those 2 hours, I turn on my favorite background music, which happens to be the Bridgerton soundtrack, to lock in my focus, and I got to it. I'm not stressing about the final deadline next week. Instead, I am focused 100% on the 2-hour block right in front of me that day. Breaking that giant goal down into clear micro goals takes away the overwhelm. It gives my mind complete clarity, resets my focus, and completely quiets the background anxiety. Our second tool is capacity editing, which makes it possible for us to live out rule number 2, lean into the nudge of lifelong learning. Think back to that very first audit we did on my social media account, where we organized that classic catch-all junk drawer. We emptied it completely, looked at every item, and only put back what truly belonged. My coaching philosophy is that we must audit our schedules exactly like we audit our physical spaces. When you feel the nudge to grow, study for a new certification, or launch a dream, you cannot just stuff it into an already packed schedule. Instead, you have to practice capacity editing. You dump out your schedule and evaluate it piece by piece with your giant goal in mind. For a visual to go along with this tool, take a look at me practicing exactly that on my mat. Right now, during this final push to get my manuscript ready, capacity editing for me means shifting to home-based workouts on some days so that I cut out the travel and commute time, but I refuse to compromise on my growth. This simple edit allows me to protect my schedule while still prioritizing my growth as an instructor and hitting my mandatory 3 weekly workouts. We put our schedules back together, leaving empty spaces for flexibility, new growth, and moments to breathe. You absolutely do not fill them to the brim. Our final tool is anchored rhythms, and it is the key to rule number 3, reclaiming senses in the stillness. If you've been in my classroom before, you know I always prefer the concept of daily rhythm over strict, rigid life balance. A rhythm allows your life to flow naturally, but during a high stakes week when the pressure rises, your daily flow needs heavy anchors to hold it steady. When your mental output and deadlines spike, your intentional grounding activities must rise to meet them. While I'm finalizing this manuscript, my absolute non-negotiable is keeping my days anchored before I even step foot out of my bedroom. My morning anchor every single morning is to maintain my Bible recap devotional and prayer time. I anchor myself in that spiritual stillness first. By matching heavy writing hours with heavy intentional grounding, you protect your internal batteries from draining completely. True presence isn't an afterthought, it requires an anchor. A sovereign transition means you retain complete authority over your lifestyle systems. Even when the stakes are high, we practice micro goal mapping to honor the ground. We master capacity editing to pivot with grace. And we rely on our anchored rhythms to find stillness. Here's your weekly assignments. We are executing a sovereign transition audit. To do that, first, identify one major upcoming deadline on your calendar. Next, decide which of our 3 tools we learned about in today's lesson you will need to lean into to protect your capacity. Is it going to be micro goal mapping, capacity editing, or anchored rhythms? Let me know in the comments which 1, 2, or even 3 you will practice this week. I am Natasha Lawrence-Provo, your lifestyle designer and wellness educator coach. Let's keep each other accountable, protect our perimeters, and I will see you back here next Sunday.